In a small village surrounded by hills and forests lived a young man named Lucas. He was always fascinated by the mysteries of the world around him. While life in the village went on peacefully, Lucas would spend hours watching the clouds dance in the sky and listening to the birds sing melodies that seemed to carry ancient secrets. But Lucas had a problem that troubled him. No matter how hard he studied, the words in the book seemed to jumble in his mind, slipping away like sand through his fingers. His frustration grew with each mocking laugh from his classmates, making his burden even heavier. One day, during one of his solitary walks through the forest, Lucas discovered something extraordinary. Among the ancient trees, he found a temple forgotten by time, shrouded in mystery and silence. The place emanated an aura of peace and wisdom, drawing Lucas in like a magnet. Curious, he entered the temple and found monks in deep meditation. The serene environment calmed his restless heart, bringing a sense of peace he had never felt before. Guided by a courage he didn't know he had, Lucas approached a Zen master, a man with a tranquil appearance and penetrating gaze. With a hesitant voice, he confessed, "Master, I am lost in my studies. The words escape me and I can't concentrate. Can you help me?" The master, with deep, wise eyes, looked at Lucas for a moment before speaking. "Ah, young seeker, you are about to discover the mysteries that lie within the books in your own mind. Come, let's explore together." And so, Lucas's journey in search of knowledge began. The Zen master, with his enigmatic aura, started to reveal secrets that echoed through time. "Listen carefully, young one," said the master, handing him a jar of murky water. "What do you see?" Lucas, curious, looked at the jar and replied, "It's murky water." "Place the jar here and watch," instructed the master. After some time, the sediment settled at the bottom and the water became clear. "What do you see now?" asked the master. "The water is clear," said Lucas, surprised. "This is like your mind," explained the master. "When it is full of confusing thoughts, everything is murky. But when you calm your mind, clarity appears. Before studying, meditate. Clear your mind of distractions. Focus on your breath. This way, you will understand what you read better." Lucas nodded, absorbing the master's words. "Second lesson, focus on the present," the master continued, pointing to a lit candle. "Look at the flame. Forget thoughts about the past and the future." Lucas tried to focus on the flame, but his thoughts kept wandering. "What are you thinking about?" asked the master. "I'm thinking about everything I need to study," admitted Lucas. "Return to the flame," the master said calmly. "Every time your mind wanders, bring it back to the flame." With time, Lucas managed to focus solely on the flame, feeling a peace he had never experienced before. "The past is gone, the future is yet to come," concluded the master, with a voice that seemed to echo through the ages. "When you study, be fully present." Lucas absorbed every word, feeling the weight of the master's wisdom. "If your mind begins to wander to the past or peek into the future, gently bring it back," the master continued, "and immerse it in the present, focusing on your studies." The master paused, allowing Lucas to reflect on his words. Then he revealed another secret to deep learning. "Ah, the third lesson. Absorb knowledge. Don't just memorize it," said the master, his eyes shining with an inner light. He handed Lucas a sponge and a stone, and then poured water over both. "Observe," said the master. While the sponge absorbed the water, the stone let it run off. "Just as many try to imprint facts on their minds like stones, letting them slip away over time," explained the master, "you must be like the sponge. Absorb the knowledge, make it yours, understand it. Don't just memorize, comprehend the concepts by visualizing them and relating them to real life. That way, what you learn will be part of you forever." Lucas watched carefully, understanding the depth of the lesson. "But Master, how can I become a sponge of knowledge?" he asked, curious. "Practice mindfulness in everything you do," the master replied. When you study, visualize what you are learning, make connections with your life, and always question why things are the way they are. This way, the knowledge will become part of you. Lucas nodded, feeling more confident and inspired. The journey that had begun as a desperate search was now transforming into a path of discovery and self-knowledge. And for the fourth lesson, break tasks into steps, the master continued, showing Lucas a large block of wood. Learn to break challenges into smaller parts, making them more manageable and easier to master. After uncovering some mysteries of learning, the master decided to delve even deeper into hidden secrets. You have been trying hard, but the challenge seems to slip through your fingers, he said with an understanding look. Then, he revealed a carving technique where one works little by little until the desired shape appears. When facing a large task, break it into smaller pieces, advised the master as he guided Lucas in the delicate art of carving. Study in blocks. Absorb a little bit at a time, and gradually the whole will reveal itself. Divide your study material into smaller parts. Focus on one at a time. Take small breaks, and then move on to the next step. In this way, he continued, you will keep your interest alive and be able to study for hours, mastering each detail of the knowledge until you reach mastery. With an enigmatic look, the Zen master revealed the fifth and crucial lesson: persistence. Just as shadows hide ancient secrets, persistence holds the keys to success, he proclaimed, as if unveiling the mysteries of the universe. The master planted 2 seeds in separate pots, watering one carefully while leaving the other to its own fate. Within a few days, the first one sprouted and flourished exuberantly, while the other remained still, as if trapped in an eternal sleep. What do you learn from this, Lucas? Asked the master. Lucas thought for a moment and replied, that care and persistence make the difference in growth. Exactly, said the master, smiling. Persistence in your studies, continuous attention, is what will make you grow and flourish. Keep watering your knowledge every day, and in time, you will see the fruits of your effort. Just like the plant, your efforts will bear fruit if you persist and remain consistent, instructed the master, as Lucas's eyes shone with new determination. But master, what if I feel discouraged or tired? Asked Lucas. The important thing is regularity, even if it's just a little each day, replied the master. The key is consistency. Even when you're tired, dedicate a few minutes to your studies. Over time, you will become a brilliant student. Lucas continued to visit the Zen master, absorbing and practicing these teachings. He returned to school with a new perspective and began applying the lessons to his studies. When you are studying, remember the plant, said the master during one of the visits. It doesn't grow in a day, but with care and time, it flourishes. Although it wasn't an instant transformation over time, Lucas saw a notable improvement. He became more attentive, understood the subjects better, and was able to retain what he learned. His grades improved, and more importantly, he rediscovered the joy of learning. I feel like I'm finally understanding, Lucas said during a visit to the master. That's because you are consistently applying what you've learned, replied the master. Remember, learning is a continuous process. Years later, Lucas became a successful man. He often reflected on the precious lessons learned from the Zen master. It's not just about achieving better grades, he would tell himself, but also about living fully and being present in every moment. He understood that in the journey of life, the destination is only part of it. The true value lies in the path taken and the lessons learned along the way. Lucas, said the master during one of his visits, always remember, the final destination is important, but what truly matters are the lessons you learn along the way. But master, asked Lucas, how can I value the journey when I can only think about my final goals? Every challenge, every obstacle is an opportunity for growth, replied the master. Pay attention to what each experience has to teach. Learn to value each step, not just the finish line. Lucas reflected on these words as he faced his difficulties. He began to realize that each small success, each new understanding, was a victory in itself. Over time, Lucas realized that his journey was shaping who he was. He became more resilient, more patient, and wiser. His grades improved, but more importantly, he found a new love for learning and life. "My journey taught me the importance of persistence and continuous learning," said Lucas, now an adult. "It's not just about reaching goals, but about enjoying and learning from every step along the way." Lucas's journey teaches us that life is made up of small steps and that each challenge is an opportunity for growth. In our daily lives, we often feel overwhelmed by the tasks and goals we want to achieve. But, just as Lucas learned, the secret lies in breaking these challenges into smaller parts and tackling them one step at a time. When we face difficulties, it's easy to feel discouraged or think we're not capable. However, consistency and persistence are our greatest allies. Even a small daily effort done regularly creates powerful habits and brings us closer to our goals. Furthermore, true wisdom lies in valuing the journey and the lessons we encounter along the way. It's not just about achieving goals, but about growing and learning with every step we take. Each small victory, each understanding gained, shapes and strengthens us. In our lives, we must practice mindfulness, focusing on the present and absorbing knowledge meaningfully, not just memorizing, but understanding and relating it to our reality. And above all, we must be patient with ourselves, recognizing that growth is a continuous process. Remember to nurture your goals and dreams daily, just as the master nurtured the plant. Over time, you will see the fruits of your effort bloom. If you enjoyed the story and it resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next videos. So, until the next video.